Hello everyone, Namaste, Tashdile, Salam Alaikum. So I'm here to share my journey and talk about my community and how I became the solo circular in my Tibetan community, and I'm standing here, and why I'm standing here. So let me begin with one thing. I'm the first Tibetan transgender woman in exile because I'm calling myself in exile because we have only 150,000 Tibetans are in exile that we have more Tibetans in Tibet. We have more than 5 million populations are in Tibet that they have. I'm sure there are many other transgenders like members of Kurds in Tibet as well. But like in exile, I'm the only one. So that's why I'm the first Tibetan transgender woman. So let me start with my journey where I was born. I was born in a very beautiful place called Himachal Pradesh, part of a very small village in Bir. Near Dharamsala, and so the picture looks very blurry. Anyways, so I was born in a very small town called Bir, and growing up there in Tibetan family. When I was in TCV, Tibetan Children Village School, growing up there, I was totally a different kid from everyone. That I always been so girlish, so feminist, like very typical. Like even being a boy, I was very like everybody thinks that I'm a girl when I was growing up. So then I think my dad decided to put me in a monastery that I used to be a monk, and this is picture right now. This is me right now. So my dad sent me to monastery, and he thought that I might change into manlyhood. You know, like being in between monks, all the circle of men. Because me growing up in school, I'm always surrounded by girls. So I always like. Growing up in a monastery, I was totally being more. I was more into feminine, like getting more into feminine when I was growing up, and then like I couldn't stay in a monastery. I had to run away. I was in Nepal at the time, in Soyambu. I was here for 2 years studying in Nepal, and then I had to run from here to Dharamsala. I had to go and find my family, and yeah, so. Being in a monastery, what I have learned is practicing Buddhism, is that like what I have learned today, I can say this proudly, that the person who I have became today, that just because, not because of, through my journey I learned it, it's because I learned it all in the monastery that what I have became a person today. So after monastery, running away from monastery to Dharamsala, and then after Dharamsala is like a place. It's all the international people comes there. Everybody visits Dharamsala because of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, and then me staying in Dharamsala without discipline, being a monk. And then I started putting on a makeup. I started putting on lashes and lip gloss and like eyeshadow. Even like people sees that me being a monk, but like I actually cannot do this. It's a rule of being a monk. But I was doing this because it was not that I wanted to do. It was just like naturally, it's all like changing inside me. And when I was in between of teenage, you know, I was like getting more and more and more into feminine things, and then like girlish things. So then staying in Dharamsala, meeting so many international people, talking to everyone about their things. And like at the time when I was a monk, I have no idea about LGBTQ plus. I swear, I have no idea with labels. I have no idea with anything in this world. I only knew that I was a different person from everyone. You know, and then like when I went to my transition changed when I went to Delhi to one of my friend's wedding, and then I put on a gown and I put on a full face of makeup. I was bald, like shaved I don't have hair at the time. So I had to put on a wig, and then I was dancing in a party, like throwing my gowns over there and here and there. And then like that video went viral at the time when I was a monk. So that video went viral into like Tibetan community and like society that in a WeChat, and then like everything blew up. Like when I went back Dharamsala, everybody was like trying to look look at me in like totally very scary way. And then after that, I was the phobia that I had, like feeling like attacking people are attacking me in like from their eyes. Like in Hindi, we says like "aankhon se balatkar kar raha hai," you know, and and then so then I had to hide. I had to run away from my home. People knew that it was me being a monk, doing all these things, like different things. But I was not hurting anyone. I was just being myself. But like even I was very like scared of everything in this world because at the time I didn't know about LGBTQ, you know. So then after a few months hiding from my family, I had to run away and stay with my aunt. And she was very supportive at the time when I was a monk. She let me do like wear her dresses and like everything. She thinks that like if I am happy, she's happy. You know, she was one of the very good best supporter at the time I had. So, and then coming out in the public was in 2015 in June 6th in the Miss Tibet pageant. I came out on a stage and I performed a Bollywood item song. And then that night, before getting on the stage, I was extremely nervous that like maybe this is because I watched too many Bollywood movies that people are throwing like chappals and like tomatoes and like everything bottles. So yeah, I was like very scared of like getting on a stage. But then when I got on the stage, when that light like hit my face, I forgot everything. And then I started performing like from my heart. And from the next day, it was like an earthquake in like Tibetan community, like me coming out like that. Even being a boy, like dressing as like a girl, coming on the stage. And previously being a monk, that was a more like topic that people were talking about me. So the next day, everything was like in community, everything was like everything was like surprised or like new. Something totally new came into a community that people never even expected that, you know? And then from that day, I said to myself that from that night, everything changed my life and it changed for a good reason, but I struggled so much into coming up like till today here that like my struggle was like I struggled from my family first of all, my family, and then like my community, and then like walking in a public. So like first of all, I always needed to make like comfort zone in my own house, inside my own family, inside like everyone, you know, like leave community first. First I need my people to accept me. First, my people to be proud of me, give me a respect. And then I can walk in a community and I can change the world, you know? So then I did that. With my family, I'm sure this question will come later, like how did my parents accept you? But like, okay, so so then coming out, my parents, we had like almost 2 years of no talking, like even living in the same house. They sees me doing makeup and everything, but like they just totally ignores me. Even seeing me in the street, they don't care. I'm there like whoever she is or he is or whatever. And then like I started learning about LGBTQ and like I started educating myself about like everything that's what's going in the world. And coming out like struggling with the bullies and like everything. I'm like, okay, we all been through all the struggles in life. We all did. You know, but we all have a different kind of struggles. Like bullying and everything are like most of things are same. You know, we all are going through all the nicknames and like all the bullies like words. But like for me, that's what I mean. Like going to monastery and living there for 8 years, studying Buddhism, I can calm down myself. That like when people like try to like negative you, like when people try to like bully you, I try to make myself think that like make it into positive ways so that I can be very calm and like relaxed. You know, I can be more powerful and like I can stay strong. So when people bullies me, like haters, like, you know what, I love one of the Taylor Swift songs so much. It's called like, haters gonna hate, I'm just gonna shake, you know, it doesn't matter, you know, everybody's gonna hate, but like, you just have to move on. So then, and then after this, like me coming out into a community and in Tibetan community, I started working with a lot of NGOs. Like they started like how the community accepts me was like, because I entertained my community with my performance, my talk, my the education that I have learned, I shared with everyone. So like in today's community in Tibetan, I'm sure like before I always had like maybe 60, 70%, always I had a haters in like a public. But today, looking back, I feel like everything starts with new. Whatever you start with new, everything gonna be struggle, right? But today, I have like, even if I have like 100 haters, I have like thousands of like lovers. I have thousands of like respecters in my community. And I am so proud of that because of my community is changing. My community is changing because of I did something. I shown them it does like being a trans woman doesn't mean trans are like a wrong to be. In Buddhism, we don't have a gender. In Buddhist, we don't have gender. Then like when we don't have a gender in our religion, why we are dividing ourselves from everyone? We don't have to. We all are human beings. End of the day, we all have to be kind to each other. That's the most important thing. Doesn't matter, like we all says like love yourself, like we have to do this and this, but reality is like being kind, being respect to others, then you will get it back, you know? So self-love is important, but it's important to share that love with others in the world. So we can like spread this like beautiful moment that we are having today here, like in between all of the talented people. When we are together, we are stronger, you know? And one bullies is always like, I always get one bullies of like, today what I get a bully about is like my voice. Like, why you look so beautiful, but you look very beautiful. Why you have a male voice? But my voice, I was born with it. It's just my pride. That's why I am here to represent a born with pride, you know? So my voice is my pride. We all are here with our voice, and we are spreading our voice, you know? Thank you so much.
You have clearly drawn a lot of courage from spirituality. So my question to you would be, exactly how did spirituality help you in understanding who you are as a person?
There's a one quote His Holiness the Dalai Lama said, my religion is so simple that it's kindness, right? My religion is kindness, my religion is compassion, and spread the love and peace. So that's why I have this strength. You know, that's why I learned it in my monastery. Growing up, going to monastery is like what I learned, which it's helping me today to become a stronger person and standing on my feet.